Hi, my name is Briar, and today I'm going to talk to you about digestive issues. So a lot of us suffer from digestion issues. Gas, bloating, constipation, you name it, we've all been there. And in the video I'm going to share with you some ways to improve digestion and what factors cause digestive issues. So firstly, I find is stress. Stress is the worst. A lot of the time when we're living this fast-paced lifestyle, our minds are constantly on the go, and we're not taking enough time to be really in tune with what our body needs. So we normally go for food that's not healthy, fast food on the go, and we're not being present with our food. You have to look at it like you're nourishing your body with what you eat. So are you eating healthy, fresh fruits and vegetables? Are you eating junk food that's packaged, that's not got much energy in it? Everything that you're putting in your body is a reflection of you. So your skin will be a reflection of how you eat. Your mind, your emotions. A lot of the time we get grumpy if we're not eating efficiently what our body needs to grow and repair and to live energetically. So yeah, stress is a huge one. And lifestyle habits, like I mentioned, what we're putting in our body is super important. Is it organic, fresh produce, fruits, vegetables, good proteins, healthy fats? And also how we're eating it. Are we eating it mindfully, like we're really sitting down and in a state of appreciation? When we're in a state of appreciation, it's a happy feeling, it's a good emotion. Like we should really be in tune with what we're putting in our body and how we're putting it in our body. So taking a few breaths before we eat, saying thank you, we don't have to do it out loud, we can do it in our heads. And also just chewing your food slowly, like it really is beneficial, because everything that we're chewing is turning into enzymes in the body, and how we break it down is so important. If we have big lumps of food, it won't flow through our body, and our gastral tract gets stuck with undigested food. And a lot of the time ongoing health issues is because we've got undigested food in the body. So it's like basically stuck poo, and you can imagine how stinky stuck poo is in your body, the toxins that's inside of you. If we can't eliminate efficiently, that's over time going to cause long-term health issues. So also prescription drugs. If you're taking the contraceptive pill, supplements, vitamins, antibiotics, they can really affect your digestion. They stop your secretion of stomach acids. So a lot of the time when we're eating, when we're full, our body intuitively knows when we're full. But if we're taking a lot of prescription drugs, our body is just not able to know when we're full. So we're eating more food, and our stomach's only got enough room to digest a certain amount of food. And if we're eating too much, it's going to really affect how we digest. So being mindful of what you're putting in your body if it's not natural. And now I'm going to talk to you about ways to improve digestion. So a little tool I use every morning is called a tongue scraper. This is an Ayurvedic method, and basically what it does is it takes off all the toxins on the tongue. So a lot of the time overnight we have toxins build up, and you'll see in the morning you have like a white tongue coating, and if you have more digestive issues, then you have a thicker white tongue coating. So it's something to really start looking at when you scrape your tongue in the morning. Also, it helps with increasing your sensitivity with your taste buds. A lot of the time when we're eating a lot of salty, sugary foods, it's because our taste buds have become desensitized. So using a tongue scraper is a really good way to bring that sensitivity back, so we can really become in tune with what we're eating. And now I'm going to demonstrate how to use a tongue scraper. So bringing the tongue scraper to the mouth and scraping back to front, and you'll do this a couple times and rinse it off. A lot of the time we'll do it until the tongue coating is gone clear. So you want to think of your digestion as your fire. So you want to keep the fire burning throughout the day. And a lot of the time if we're eating like cold smoothie bowls, juices, stuff with a lot of iced coffees, we're actually putting out our digestive fire, especially in the morning when we haven't really built up that digestion strength yet. So it's really important in the morning we want to keep our digestion going by having like warm hot tea, lemon and ginger, something that's just warming that we can nourish our body with, that will help promote the longevity of our digestion for the whole day. So at breakfast time you want to eat something reasonably not too big because you don't want to feel lethargic and heavy the whole day. Lunchtime is when the sun is at the highest and it's when our digestion is strongest, so we can actually eat a little bit more at lunchtime, especially if you have quite an active lifestyle. Obviously, if you're eating a lot and you're not actually exercising, you're sitting at a desk, that's going to cause some buildup of undigested food if you're not being able to burn off the energy, so be mindful of that. And obviously at lunchtime is when we normally are at work, so we want to make sure we're really incorporating a healthy, balanced meal. Even if we're on the go, we want to make sure we're really focusing on lunchtime as the most important meal. And dinner time, this is the time when we want to eat probably a smaller meal. We want to get ready for dinner, so we don't want to eat too much. A lot of us have a huge dinner and that's just before we go to bed, so we feel very lethargic and heavy, and it affects our immune system. We want to be digesting our day and our processing, and if all of our energy is going to here, it takes away from the digestion mentally and physically. So I want to make sure that the meal is probably smaller at dinner. Organic vegetables is super important. We want to make sure we're eating fresh produce, especially if we're eating dairy, meat. We want to make sure it's of good quality, and a lot of the time we have a lot of hormones and pesticides, and that's causing a lot of digestive issues of build-up over time of eating this kind of food. So we want to make sure if we are having digestive issues, we can really just have a look at what types of food. If we're eating gluten or too much sugar, we can actually leave it out of the diet for a couple of weeks just to see if it alleviates any of the symptoms. I would say you don't have to cut it out completely, but definitely for a short period of time just to see what kind of food type is causing these digestive issues. So coffee and alcohol, I would avoid consuming when we're eating. It stops the absorption of nutrients. So we want to make sure that if we are drinking and consuming alcohol and coffee, we want to make sure it's before or after the meals, not during. A lot of the time, coffee is bringing us into like a high state of stress. It spikes our fight or flight response, which a lot of us like. We need that stimulant energy. But if our digestion is running efficiently, we won't need it. If we're absorbing all the nutrients from our food, we actually don't need that extra little bit of energy buzz. We can actually get that from all the foods that we're eating. Also, fasting is a really good way to reset the whole body. So having a break from food is great. A lot of the time we're consuming so much food and we actually don't need as much food as we're consuming. And a little way to notice this is having if we have too much food, we'll have a little burp. If you're really present, you'll be able to notice. And that's just basically your body's way of saying, I'm full, I don't need any more food. I've got enough food in my belly and enough stomach acid to produce into enzymes. But if we're overeating, that's when digestion is affected and we get undigested food built up in the body and we can't eliminate properly. And elimination is such an important part. If we're eating this food and we're not able to pass it through, you can imagine how when you go to the bathroom, how stinky it is. You don't want that rotting inside your body because it's going to cause ongoing health issues. So it's really important that we're eliminating properly, and fasting is a really good way to reset the body so you can eliminate all the food that's been stuck in there for however long. So yeah, also these techniques I'm going to share with you. Yoga is a really beneficial. Yoga postures are so beneficial to aid in that digestion and functioning of the body. The organs are so important, and if we're massaging them correctly, it's really going to help the function of our body. Breathing techniques as well, pranayama. So a lot of the time we're not breathing consciously, we're unconsciously breathing, and breathing is so important. It's our number one food source. We need to make sure that we're breathing, I would say 5 to 10 minutes a day, actively really breathing and feeling all the energy go into our body. It's really going to help our digestion of food, our mental clarity, and just bring us into a nice calm state. Meditation as well is a really beneficial way to bring your body back to balance. If you've had a very busy day, or if you're going to have a very busy day, is starting your day off with just some simple breathing techniques, and then just letting the mind sit still for a couple of minutes before starting your day. And now I'm going to demonstrate these techniques for you. From Warrior 1, coming into a revolved twist, bringing the right hand down, leg bent, and then bringing the left hand up, breathing into the belly for 5 breaths. having that thigh-knee connection. And then swapping and doing the left side for 5 breaths. This is called a revolve twist. Coming into a forward fold, keeping the knees bent, elongating the neck, taking a couple of deep breaths into the belly. You can feel the belly and thigh connection. This is really helping with the digestion and eliminating anything we don't need from the body. This posture is called a forward fold. So I'm going to show you how to massage your stomach. This is really good for improving your digestion and also just eliminating any stuck stuff that's in the body. It's really good to do in the morning before you start your day when your stomach is empty. Avoid doing it if you're feeling sensitive in your stomach or if you're on your moon cycle. So bringing your hands into a fist onto your belly, you're going to lean forward and then start to massage the belly. And that's how we massage the belly. I'm going to demonstrate with you a pranayama technique called alternating nostril breathing. So this is really beneficial just to bring your body back to balance. It's really good to do before meditation, and yeah, it helps with your digestion if you're in a really relaxed state. So bringing your fingers to your forehead, your right thumb to your nose, and your left finger to your other nostril. Breathing in through the right, closing that nostril, and then breathing out through the left. In through the left, closing that nostril, out through the right. Now this is really beneficial to do 2 to 3 minutes, and obviously as you become more experienced you can do it for longer to get the benefits. So this was alternate nostril breathing. I hope you enjoyed my video and you can start applying the tools and techniques you've learned into your daily lifestyle. I love to stay connected, so if you do have any questions or any results, please feel free to contact me via email or social media. Also, I have a website coming soon. Thank you. You want to think of your digestion as like a fire, and you want to keep it burning throughout the whole day. So I suggest in the morning starting off with like hot tea, lemon.
Stop, just go again. Just go again.